Hello and welcome back. It feels like it has been forever since I last sat down and actually talked to a camera. This is going to be the most up-to-date video that you've seen in a while. Today's video is going to be all about me and William and how I've been recovering postpartum, how my body's been doing after a C-section, what the recovery has been like, as well as how the last 3 weeks have been at home with William after being in the NICU for the first week of his life. He is now home. I'm just going to chat a little bit about what preemie life has been like for us and all of that good stuff. So if you're new here, my name is Delilah. I gave birth to this little dude. His name is William Shepherd, and he came 1 whole month early. Yesterday was actually his original due date, as well as his 1 month birthday, so I thought this was a very fitting time to sit down and just kind of give you guys an update and chat about what it's like being postpartum and all the new experiences I've been experiencing. This is my 3rd child, but his birth was nothing like my other 2, is vastly different, and it's been a whole new experience. I'm gonna set this guy down because he is contentedly sleeping, and I'm gonna grab that laundry and start folding. We're gonna start with William, how he's been doing. He spent the first 6 days of his life in the NICU. I did share a little bit about our NICU journey in the last few vlogs that I uploaded, so if you want to really catch up on what that was like, you can go back and watch that. But the main reason that he was in there was mostly to make sure he was eating enough, because he got really sleepy really easily, because eating is exhausting for tiny little preemie babies, and also to regulate his temperature, because his temperature was a little bit up and down for the first couple of days, but he did really well, and he was out 6 days after he was born. After we took him home, I was a little nervous about what it was going to be like, because they were warning me that I might have to bottle feed him a little bit and he's going to need some extra care and stuff like that. But honestly, it's been incredible. Like, he has been doing so good. I haven't had to do any bottle feeding. I haven't had to do any supplementing. It's basically just like taking care of a really tiny newborn because he was only 4.7 pounds when he came home from the hospital. He is currently 6 pounds 4 ounces, so he has gained a good amount of weight since he came home from the hospital 3 weeks ago. I can't remember how long he is, but 19 inches is ringing a bell. So I think he's grown like 1.5 inches since he was born. He was born at 17.5 inches. Because he came 1 whole month early, the doctors are keeping a really close eye on him, and he has to go in for more frequent checkups than most. So he got out of the NICU a week after he was born, and then a week after that he had to go in for a checkup, mostly just to check on weight. And then after that checkup, he's been in 1 other time since, and then he goes in again next week for another checkup, and then probably again in another 2 weeks. So they're checking him every 2 weeks or so until they're really confident with how he's gaining weight and that he's maintaining that and kind of staying on his own curve. He is below the normal growth curve, obviously, because he came a month early, but I also have very small babies. Both of my other 2 children have always been like either just below or just in that normal growth curve, so around the 0 percentile is where they've always been their entire lives. Nursing has been going incredibly well. There has never once been an issue with his nursing. He latched perfectly the first time, even though he had been bottle fed and tube fed for the first 24 hours of his life. I didn't even get to see him for the first 6 hours of his life, so they were really trying to warn me that breastfeeding might be really tricky. But he latched on perfectly instantly, and it's been perfect ever since. There have been no issues. In the NICU, we did do some supplementing with the tube feeding and bottle feeding, just so that he would meet up to their standards, but ever since being home, we haven't had to supplement at all. He's just been fully breastfeeding, and he's doing really well. He's 1 month old, but I still feel like we're in that newborn bubble of bliss. Because generally speaking, because he was a month early, he'll be about a month behind in reaching milestones for the first 2 years or so of his life. Milestones are calculated by gestational age rather than the day that they were born. So it feels like we've had an extra entire month with him just being a newborn, and I have thoroughly enjoyed that. very much. I mean, there's not much else to say. He's a dream. He's a really chill, happy baby. He struggles a little bit with some gassy issues. We suspect he is lactose sensitive, not lactose intolerant, sensitive. When he was in the NICU, he dealt with watery poops for a little while. That was when he was being supplemented with formula in the first day or two before my milk supply came in. And so they switched him to a lactose-free formula, and it seemed to have done the trick. But also after that point, he mostly just got breast milk. So I've been keeping a close eye on it and just trying to watch my dairy intake, trying not to eat too much dairy. And I definitely think he is lactose sensitive, because if I were to have like ice cream or cheesecake or something that just has a lot of dairy in it, he seems to be just a little more restless, a little more gassy, a little bit more irritable. Lactose sensitivity does seem to run in the family. Zach is sensitive to lactose, so is Eloise. So I wasn't at all surprised by that. As he gets older, he is starting to be a little bit more alert, and his awake windows are getting a little bit longer. We don't have any routine yet or anything. I'm still letting him try to figure out his own routine. But we do go by eat, play, sleep. So as soon as he wakes up, he gets fed. And then if we need to do anything, like obviously diaper changes happen at that time. If he needs a bath, he'll get a bath at that time, and so on. And then after that, he'll be awake for a little while before going back to sleep. And then we go through that routine just over and over and over again. And that awake window after he eats is getting longer and longer. And when he is awake, he's really alert now. And it's so cute. Like, I love this age. I love the newborn age, but it's so much fun to see them discovering things and seeing things and interacting a little bit and just kind of noticing you and noticing his surroundings. Like, it's just so cute. He has the biggest, most beautiful blue eyes. They are like bright blue. And I'm really hoping he keeps his blue eyes, because one of my kids has hazel eyes, the other kid has brown eyes, so it'd be really cool to have a blue-eyed baby. And sleeping, he sleeps really well. His stretches between his feeds are generally every 3 to 4 hours, depending on what we're doing. If we're out, his stretches are really long. Like, he just loves being out and in his car seat. But when we're at home, he usually goes for 3 hours between feeds, and then at night he has started to have longer stretches. He'll usually have like a 5 or 6 hour stretch and then another 4-hour stretch after that, and then kind of get started with our day. But last night he slept through the night. He had an 8-hour stretch between his feeds. 8 hours! And because he's doing so good and gaining so much weight, like, I'm not worried about that at all. I don't know if he's gonna keep that up or if that was a one-time thing, but that was really nice for me to have a solid, like, full sleep. And I think that's pretty much everything for William. Like, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say. He's a fantastic baby. He's so easy. His siblings adore him, and he puts up with it well. He puts up with the noise. He puts up with all the touching and the grabbing and the kissing and all the love he gets from his siblings. Now moving on to me. How am I doing postpartum? I will say recovering from a C-section is so much harder than recovering from a vaginal delivery. But that being said, I've had very easy, fast vaginal deliveries in the past, so I can't compare it to a long, hard, grueling labor. The first 48 hours, I tell you, they were brutal. And on top of that, I didn't have my baby with me, so that kind of added to everything. But the pain, I think it might have been a little bit harder for me than the average C-section, because I lost a lot more blood and I was very low on iron, so I did need to get, yes, I needed to get 2 iron transfusions while I was in the hospital. But for the first 48 hours, I needed help with everything. I needed help to get out of bed. I needed help to walk to the bathroom. I needed help to sit down on the toilet. I needed help to change my pad. I literally couldn't even pull my underwear down. It was terrible. But things slowly started to get better after that. Like, by the time he came home from the hospital, I was able to walk up there. I was able to carry him in his car seat down. Like, I was able to do quite a bit by that time. I was moving very slowly and very gingerly, but I was able to actually do some things. But since then, I've been trying to take it easy. I've been trying to walk as much as possible because everyone says don't stop moving, like rest obviously, but don't stop moving. Like make sure you're walking and moving. It hurts a ton, especially at first in those first few days, but if you don't move, you will get so stiff. Like even the nurses were saying, get up and go to the bathroom multiple times during the night, maybe walk around the room a little bit. It will hurt like crazy, but if you don't do it, you're gonna be so stiff in the morning and it's gonna hurt so much more. So in those first few days, I was just kind of trying to walk around the house. By day 10, I was doing some light laundry, some light cooking, and by cooking, I mean like making grilled cheese sandwiches, but I was doing some things. And when I wasn't doing those things, I was in bed nursing and just relaxing. Now 1 month postpartum, post-surgery, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty capable again, and I'm able to kind of go about my day as I normally would. The only thing is I'm still not supposed to carry anything too heavy. Like as the heaviest thing I can carry is baby plus car seat. So he's like 6 pounds. I don't know how much the car seat weighs. I'm gonna say like I can carry 10 pounds. I'm also not supposed to do things like vacuuming or sweeping, etc. I guess it's like the movement, and because when you have a C-section, they obviously cut through muscle, like the abs, and so anything that uses the abs or puts strain on your abs is not recommended in the first 6 weeks while healing and recovering. That being said, I have been lifting Theo on occasion. Eloise not so much because she's heavier. Theo really isn't very heavy. I don't carry him around, but if I need to like lift him down from something, I've been doing that, like just allowing myself to do a little bit more and a little bit more here and there. Little guy gets a little gassy sometimes. I think he's got some air bubbles in his tummy. Also, fun fact, he's really grunty, and apparently, according to my doctor, that's a very common preemie thing, is preemies very often are very vocal. It's gonna take me some time to be able to do the things I used to do, just because it's been so long since I've been able to do them that I've lost the strength to do so. So it's gonna take me some time. Even like walking, I can't walk long distances. It's really exhausting for me. As I go about my day, there are certain movements that I notice, oh, that kind of hurts. That never used to hurt before. Things like something as simple as cutting cheese. The other day I was cutting cheese and it was hurting the incision area, and I guess because it's pushing down on the knife in the position that I was in requires ab muscles, and it hurt. It just feels really dumb. Like, I feel like I should be able to do these things. Other than that, it really doesn't hurt very much. It hurts to the touch. It's quite tender and sore in the general area. The incision site is also numb. It's a really uncomfortable feeling, and I don't like it. It makes me feel so uncomfortable. It's like a sensory thing. I don't know. I just really don't like it. So I hope that I get feeling back eventually. It's the weirdest feeling being sore in that area and numb at the same time. Like, it's just strange. I'm kind of limited in what I can wear. Like, wearing low-rise anything is a big no-no. Like today I'm actually wearing low-rise underwear, and it's very uncomfortable, and it's been uncomfortable all day, and I'll probably have to change after this because it just rubs and it hurts and it doesn't feel nice. High-rise undies and compression undies have been a game changer postpartum this time. I actually brought some up that I can show you. I got these guys, compression undies, off of Amazon. They were the best thing, especially the first couple of weeks after surgery. I can link those below, as well as these. These are by a brand called Blanky. These are the postpartum compression shorts, and these feel really good on the incision site as well. And then for night, I've been wearing my ARC sets, and I cannot recommend these enough. I have 4 sets of underwear from them, and I'm probably going to order more because I wear them every night. I wear them every day. These are the best to sleep in postpartum, especially because they're high rise. They go over that incision, and then the bra matches with the underwear, and it's easy to breastfeed in, and they're fantastic. So I will link those below as well. Yeah, but overall, I think I'm healing well. I mean, I don't really know because I've never experienced this before, but I'm pretty sure I'm healing well. I am still bleeding a little bit, which is interesting. I hardly bled at all after the birth, which was very different from my previous 2 births. Having vaginal deliveries, I bled a lot after those. I do not remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I lost it. After having a C-section, anytime I had any gas or bloating or anything kind of unhappy in my tummy, it hurt a lot just in the general stomach area around the incision site. Anything internal that was kind of going through my system would really just hurt a lot. I also experienced a lot of muscle soreness in the first few days because I mean, they got to cut through the muscles. So as they were healing, it felt like really, really sore muscles. Like as if I had been working out and really did. It hurt as if I had been working out and really had done a number on my abs. And then after pain contractions on top of that, like it was just a whole lot of stuff happening all at once. But overall, I think I'm doing well. I'm pretty sure I'm doing well. Mentally, I'm doing really well. There's been no signs of baby blues or postpartum depression. We've just been taking it really easy. I've actually taken a bit of a maternity leave this time, and I've really rested. Like I've never really rested before. Even after Theo was born, I was still putting out 3 videos a week. I don't think I ever even missed a video after he was born. I don't know how I did it. I have no idea. And it has been just, it has felt so good to just take time to rest and to soak him up and to adjust and to just not be online. Like I have felt such a need to just take a break and to not share so much. I don't know, it's been kind of weird honestly, because normally when exciting things like having a baby happen, I just want to share absolutely everything. But this time I just haven't wanted to share so much. There's a lot that I just wanted to keep private. And so we've just been taking it easy and it's been really lovely. But that is where we are. 1 month postpartum. 1 month with a newborn. I'm not going to be doing these updates every single month. You'll see all of that in the vlogs anyway, so I don't feel like there's a need to sit down and share an update every single month. Before I end this video though, I'm going to get up and just give you a quick update on what my body is looking like 1 month postpartum. Ooh, hang on. Whew. Letdowns are really painful for me. I think it's because I'm not much of a leaker, like I really don't leak at all. So when all that milk comes forward, there's nowhere for it to go and it just hurts so bad. Okay, that is what the scar is looking like. I am numb from about here to here. All of this is numb all the way along here. I mean, I think the scar is looking good. I was stitched up with dissolvable stitches, so nothing had to be taken out, but this is where we are at. I feel like it looks the same as it did about 1 week postpartum. I don't think I've lost anything in the tummy area. I did gain a lot of weight in the tummy area during pregnancy, like in the stomach, in the back, and just everywhere else more than I have in the other pregnancies, and that's fine. That's just how it was. It's what my body needed to do. I'm not trying to lose the weight. I'm not trying to restrict calories or anything. I'm making sure my body's getting enough calories so that I can produce enough milk to feed Will and to nourish him and do all that stuff. So there's no rush. It is what it is. This is my body after 3 children. This is where we are at, and I am proud of this body and what it's done. And that is where I'm gonna end today's video. Mr. William is gonna be waking up soon. He's gonna be hungry. He's getting there. So I'm gonna go and feed this little dude. Thank you so much for watching. I will be sharing more about the birth. I mean, I haven't even shared the birth story yet here on my channel, so I'm gonna sit down and film that soon. There's a lot that happened that I didn't share in the birth vlog and that I haven't shared since, so I'm gonna share all of that then, including the reason why he had to come so soon. It's kind of a long story, so I'm gonna share it in the birth vlog. I think it's the best place to share it in its entirety. So look out for that video. Look out for a lot of fun content coming your way, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.